Welcome to the show and welcome to Creative Chaos. It's the coolest craft show of its kind taking place here in Vernon this weekend. And on today's show, we're going to see if we can find the wild, the wonderful, and maybe something a little bit weird. Now, we followed our nose over here and we wound up in Daksha's Gourmet Kitchen. It smells so great over here, and you've got all kinds of fantastic spices.
Yes, we grind and blend all of our spices from scratch, and they're very easy, simple to make. You can buy a butter chicken mix. Just follow the recipe on the back, and you get an amazing butter chicken dish for 6 people.
That sounds fantastic. Now, what made you want to start doing this, Bekshar?
Well, our kids were growing up and they decided to go to university and they wanted mom's cooking. So mom said, not a problem. I'm going to pack you some of my spices with the recipes, and hence the business was born.
Spicesgourmet.com is our website, and they can follow us on Facebook. Have amazing recipes on there, what you can do with the spices as well, you know. So, yeah, absolutely.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. And we'll be back with more, like I said, cool stuff from Creative Chaos. Now, here is something brand new at Creative Chaos, a tasting room. We've got Missy from BX Press here, and you've got some fantastic local cider.
I do, thank you. I've got 3 of our ciders. We've got our dry apple, our hop cider, and our cherry. We're a 3rd-generation apple-growing family, and 3 years ago we opened the doors on our cidery and have just been overwhelmed with the response.
So you got lots of apples. Maybe not all of them can go, into stores. So this is a great secondary use for probably
Absolutely.
a fair amount of crop that's still perfectly good, but just doesn't look as...
Exactly. And also it's allowed us to diversify, not only to use the kind of second-grade fruit, but also we've grown from about 7 varieties to almost 30 to make more complex ciders.
So this is which one?
This is the Hostler. So it's named after a character from the Bernard's Express. Just 12 varieties of common eating apples, a little bit of crab apple to give it a nice kind of astringency.
Wow, 12 kinds of apples. Okay, well, let's see what a dozen apples taste like. Oh, yeah. It's so refreshing. Wow.
Absolutely. Refreshing is one of the best words to describe it, as especially like the temperatures we're having this weekend, 36, I think, on Sunday. It's going to be very crisp and refreshing.
It's super crisp. It's not sweet really at all, but it just has that really nice apple flavor.
It's just very real, very authentic, and again, perfect refreshing drink on a hot summer day.
Absolutely. Okay, well, we'll come back for some more of that for later on, right, Jamie, when we have to go back out into the heat? Perfect. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Good luck.
Have a look at these super cool West Coast gnomes created by Daryl Profumo. You can find all kinds of things down here at Creative Chaos. Now the sign says mud, sweat, and tears, but all I see is beautiful pottery. Bruce, this is quite a collection that you have here.
Yeah, we're pretty busy. Between my son and myself, we go through between 12 and 14 tons of clay a year.
Tons?
Tons. We start the year off, we make honey pots. We make 4,000 honey pots. Wow. And they get filled with honey, Nicola Valley honey, and they're sold all over BC.
And this is just the 2 of you doing all that production?
Pretty much. Laura, my wife, she helps with the glazing and she does the paperwork, and she's got the big stick and keeps us under control.
So how did you get started and how long have you been doing this?
Close to 40 years now. I started in New Zealand. I did a 10-week porcelain course at Auckland Studio Potters. My wife went to night school for a couple of years and she really enjoyed it. And she wanted to carry on, so we found a little ad in the paper for Potter's Wheels for rent. We rented one, set it up in the living room, and I sat down and played and never looked back.
That's incredible. It's so great to talk to somebody who's sort of following their artistic dream and created, a life and some amazing, beautiful work.
Thank you. Yeah, I didn't choose pottery. Pottery chose me.
You both chose well, it looks like. What's it like down here at Creative Chaos for you? There's lots of people going.
It's amazing. Creative Chaos. I came to Creative Chaos for the first time in 1982, and we've been here almost every year since. So we have a big following in the Vernon area, and Creative Chaos is always very good to us.
All right, well, thank you very much.
No problem.
Now we're talking to Holly Steiner from Lighten Up Jewels. And I couldn't help but notice your sign says healing jewelry. How does your jewelry heal people?
Well, you know, each stone, each crystal comes from the earth, and they all have a different chemical composition and hence a different vibration. And the vibration helps to support us in lightening up and actually creating a different healing field within the body.
Wow, so what are some examples of that? Like,
Well-
what kind of stone would you use for what kind of thing?
Okay, so for example, you could use a stone called rose quartz, and that heals the heart and releases resentments. Also, they call it the stone of love.
Oh, that's nice.
There's other stones, amethyst,
Right.
which connects you with the divine, deepens your meditation,
Really?
as well as it's a protective stone and very calming as well. You know.
It does, I mean, I don't mean to be facetious,
No, that's
but
all
does
right.
it help? Like, I've got a sore neck. Is there aches and pains kind of stones?
Yeah, there's stones for aches and pains. I mean, we don't make medical claims
Right.
by any means, but there are stones that, for instance, if you had a sore neck, it could be related to communication in the area of your throat, and so I might suggest possibly a stone
I
that
talk a
would
lot. I don't know if I have a problem in communication.
might calm it, though, you know.
Yeah, I do get a little carried away sometimes. Well, that's fascinating. And you're up from Coquitlam?
I am from Coquitlam. Yes, it's great to be in Vernon. I love Vernon.
It's a big show here. Lots of people.
It's beautiful. Yeah,
Is it
this
first time
my
here?
third time here.
Third,
time.
oh.
Yeah. It's great. I always do well here, and I meet lots of great people, and it's a joy to be here.
Well, I have to say, you've got a fantastic energy. And if the stones are helping in that in any way, everybody should get some, because you just seem like a very nice, warm person.
Appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Well, that is it for our trip down here to Creative Chaos. Now, as you can see, there is so much to show you. We've just barely scratched the surface. But we'd like to say thank you to all the vendors that took their time out of their busy day to talk to us, and apologize to all the shoppers who we might have got in while we were getting all of this footage. That is it for the show. I'm Doug Brown. We'll see you next time on Go.